good afternoon, Broncos fans. Claire Dyer here, keeping you up to date with all the latest information on the NRMA Insurance Broncos in this week's Fanaticast. We'll start with a recap of last week's game against the New Zealand Warriors. The Warriors, who are sitting at 12th place on the NRL Premiership ladder, found form at Mount Smart Stadium in Auckland over the weekend. The side, coached by Brian McLennan, came to a 10-point victory over the Broncos. The defeat left key players Peter Wallace, Sam Thaiday, Andrew McCulloch and Ben Teo all with injuries of differing degrees. This could be a real problem for Brisbane heading into the finals. And the Queensland State of Origin squad has been announced and includes 5 Broncos. Sam Thaiday, Justin Hodges, Petro Sivanasiva, Ben Hannon and Matt Gillette will all be representing the state against New South Wales in the opening match in Melbourne on Wednesday 23rd of May. A disappointed Corey Parker missed out on selection for this year's series, though. Now, for everybody listening, I have a bit of a treat for you today. I got to have a chat to Broncos and Queensland Rugby League legend Michael Hancock about his career and his continued work with the club today, so I hope you enjoy it. Here it is. Just to kick things off, you're obviously a pretty accomplished rugby league player. You've represented Australia and played for Queensland and won 5 rugby league grand finals for the Brisbane Broncos. I mean, what's your most memorable moment from all this?
Claire, my most memorable moment would have to be my first grand final for the Broncos. It was a fantastic jubilation by the whole town. There was a lot of expectation from the public and also probably a lot of expectation on ourselves due to the team that we had. But if I can put it in perspective, when we get to the airport, there's something like 5,000 people there, and you get outside and get on the bus, and if you know the main road from the Brisbane airport all the way back out to probably the gateway, there's 3 and 4 people deep on both sides of the road. There's 20,000 people when we get the keys to the city in King George Square. And then there's the training field where we ended up taking the trophy back to. It's just a whole sea of people. You can see one blade of grass. So it was a fantastic party, as you might say. People were rewarded, we were rewarded, and obviously it was good times by all.
Yeah, and I guess listeners are probably interested in knowing what have you been up to since your retirement from professional football?
Yep, I retired from the Broncos in 2000. I did a stint in England for 2 years at a club in the Super League over there. It was called Salford, and they were at Manchester. And come back late 2002 and started full-time work for the Brisbane Broncos as a development officer in January 2003, and still there to this day. So I really enjoy it. I got an opportunity to do something that I love every day, and that's half your battle. If you get up in the morning and wanting to do work that you enjoy and you love, you're way on your way to having a great day on most days. Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously pretty rewarding doing the work you're doing with young people today, but what do you think the kids are getting out of spending time with, people like yourself? And
look, I think the only thing I can really pass on is the knowledge that I've learned now as a development officer, and I think if I knew the stuff that I knew now as a football player, I would have been a better player myself. So, look, I've been all around the world playing rugby league. I think it's a great sport. It's a team sport. So, look, if I can encourage the kids to play in a team environment, they learn to share, learn how to learn to win, how to handle the losses, sportsmanship, and also the skills that it takes to play the game, and to teach them you've got to start somewhere, and it's usually at the bottom, and don't get frustrated if things aren't working for you. Sometimes it takes a long period of time to perfect the skills that it takes. So look, you've still got to learn, and if I can try to instill that in them, the things that I've learned, playing through football, and not only that, away from the field, talking to media and just people in general, it's all benefit them, not only as a sportsman, but as a person as well.
Yeah, you've obviously worked under some really great mentors in people like Wayne Bennett. So, I mean, I guess, what are some of the traits or lessons that you learned that maybe you took across to your development work for off the field sort of things?
Oh, yeah, look, it's probably not so much Wayne, I suppose. It's probably how I was brought up. And look, I'm a big stickler for manners. I just think if someone's willing to come and coach you that's probably experienced. And number one, you should be able to listen and learn. Your manners, your please and thank you should go everywhere where you go, because I just think, and I try to instill that as many kids as I can, because like our players that play at the Broncos now, if they just say, "Well, sign this," you think, "Well, why should I do that?" And I'm trying to do you a service, and if they say please or thank you, all the boys go out of their way. So look, it's all about their mannerisms. That it's going to take them a long way playing sport, but not only when they're finished playing sport, back into their work life as well. So look, their manners are how they act, how they portray themselves, and how they think they want to portray themselves. That's very, very important.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that pretty much wraps it up. So thanks for having a quick chat to me today.
My pleasure, Claire. Have a good day.
Enjoy your NRL action over the weekend, and I'll see you next week.